Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Namikaze Minato sealed the Bijuu into Naruto's body, part 1. So before we start, go check out the author of this fanfic, the Gulag 717, link is in the description. Also subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's start the story. On Hagakure Academy rooftop, an hour after sunrise, Team 7 was on the rooftop just for the sake of the day. They were officially a genin cell. Although the three, if they wanted to, are closer than anything else, the other is just left a little bit behind cage level. Last year's graduation was written in history books. 2 genins who were able to do at least 1 B rank and 1 C rank was unheard of. Yet it happened. However, Hyuga Neji, Rock Lee and Tenten were the only ones that were a team. Ironically, Team 7 and Team 9 were led by 2 rivals and very different. Hada Kakashi, son of Hada Tsukumo, Konoha's White Fang. A prodigy like no other. A genin at 5, at 6, and at 12. A true prodigy with 1,000 to boot. Unfortunately, he's only seen what life has the worst to offer. His 2 students are similar. Both have a foolish goal like no other. Both are rivals. Both have a tragic past. Both were friends for a very long time. Both want to protect the other. Both would do anything for the other, then hell or the high water. Kakashi knew for a fact that they are bound to be a couple or kill each other. Uchiha Satsuki is known as the prodigy with no equals. Uzumaki, Senju, Naruto is known to be the hardest worker. The one thing Kakashi is sure of is that he has one scary team. Flashback no. Same place, 1 year ago. So, unfortunately I drew the short stick. Maybe we should introduce ourselves. Give me your name, likes and dislikes, goals for the future. I'll start first. I'm Hada Kakashi. My likes, dislikes and hobbies are not suited for you yet until you reach 18. As for dreams, I had many nightmares and I was lost in the path I took. Satsuki and Naruto raised an eyebrow before they shrugged it off as their sensei was trying to be mysterious. Satsuki spoke first. Uchiha Satsuki. I like my few close friends. I dislike a lot of things. My hobby is training. My goal is to know the truth and punish whoever is responsible. Uzumaki Naruto. The same. Also, my goal is to be the strongest Kage ever. Kakashi just laughed at this. You two don't want to help the other? Naruto grinned. He was finally coming to what he always wanted to confess. Well, you can say that. I don't want to do anything that harms her. Satsuki knew for a fact that Naruto had only her in his eyes. She knows because she can easily feel so. Itachi Nai, why did you try to scare him? He's so innocent, in fact I want to eat him. I'm trying to help him with everything I got. Kakashi's eyes smile at this. He told Shisui and Itachi to help them back in the day. He even gave them some anonymous scrolls under the order of the Hokage. Unfortunately, I had enough with failing teams. I'm gonna take one, as an apprentice. Who should it be? Naruto pointed at Satsuki as she did the same and they said in unison, Naru, Suki. The two glared at each other as Naruto did all but yelled at the raven-haired girl. Your goal is more important. I don't want you to feel bad anymore. Satsuki simply grabbed her friend's collar. You need to pass. You want to be the Hokage. You need that hat, Bakinaru. Kakashi sighed before he smiled at them. Now, children, stop fighting. I think that I should take both of you as my apprentice. But first, I want to see you tomorrow at 5 AM training ground 3. Don't you think to hold off, we'll have a true fight. As he left, Satsuki and Naruto went to their favorite training ground. 4 hours later, Naruto invited her to the Agen Konoha restaurant. As they ate their dinner, Satsuki somehow was thinking that maybe they were in some deep trouble. She had no idea. The first day, as Team 7, around noon, Naruto and Satsuki were lying on their backs, exhausted. Their spar with Hada Kakashi was the most cruel training they ever got. Shisui and Itachi, even Mikoto and Kushina were merciful compared to the sadistic. They used everything they had and yet they lost, and horribly for hours. He may look like a lazy ass or on drugs, but he's really worthy to be Hokage. And the worst is that he was holding off against us. Naruto tried to move many times, but he was absolutely beaten. Satsuki fell 2 hours before him. She may have a chakra control that rivals any Ryonin and reserves that make many Chunins envious, however, she was no. Damn. All those buckets of sweat, blood and tears went down the drain. Kakashi stood tall. He may have had many scratches and was a bit winded, his flak jacket was a bit charred, he was sweating, however, he won easily. But Kami, what are those monsters? I'm glad it was I who took them in. Guy would have fallen to Satsuki Jinjutsu. Asuma would have fallen to Naruto's Fuinjutsu. Tenzo would have been distracted by Naruto, then Satsuki would hit him dead on. Unless you're one of the top 10, then you're dead. And how the hell did Naruto learn Bunshin? Those explosive clones were so nasty that my clone's memory almost made me stagger. If I can help them learn something powerful, or have the control to teach them, then it's fine by me. Perhaps Kenjutsu would work. Maybe I should teach them the benefits of the Kuchiyas. Nah, they are closer to it in the worst time than genins. The silver-haired fed his two apprentices a soldier pill each. Naruto raised with a kip up while Satsuki sat up. I admit, you two had already done what no other team did before you. You two worked together against me. For this, you'll pass. However, I'll make your training a living hell with 12 hours of training each, and every day with only one day where we'll rest. As for your clan's training, well, good luck figuring it out. Tomorrow's first lesson is Kenjutsu. But enough with the little kid's training regime. For now, let's go and celebrate by buying a nice sword and eating at a fancy restaurant. I'm really proud of both of you. I'll talk later about your weaknesses and how to cover them, okay? Now then, Team Kakashi, let's move our asses. And true to his word, he would make their lives a living hell. Although, he knew that they both know the human cheating code known as the Kage Bunshin no. But picking the swords is the priority. So, the team walked through the village. Kakashi was leaking his killing intent to intimidate anyone foolish enough to touch his team, with Naruto being the most grateful. As they arrived at the weapon store, Naruto remarked something. Isn't this store where Tenten works? Kakashi's eyes smiled and nodded his head. Satsuki however went to find Ichikudo. Naruto said hi to the store clerk, who surprisingly replied politely and went to the katana shelf. Soon enough, Naruto found a katana that had a black blade. The clerk however paled. Wait. Don't buy this katana. It's cursed. And made by the Uzumaki clan. The clerk's eyes widened as Satsuki, who found a black sheath and hilt, went to Naruto. So, what are you gonna do about it? I'll test it. If it kills me, the curse would have done so in the future. If not, then it's on. Please, don't interfere with Suki unless you see my death. No sooner than that, Kakashi revealed his Sharingan. I'll do it, Naruto. Satsuki, I'll tell you the whole story one day, deal? Satsuki nodded. Kakashi's tone left no way for discussion. Naruto unsheathed his sword and threw it up in the air as he waited to be pushed by Kakashi or the sword would be harmless to him. But something made their eyes widen when they saw how far the sword was from cutting Naruto in two. The katana's tip almost hit Naruto in his head, yet it didn't even touch him and went away from him. Kakashi, Satsuki, and the clerk released a sigh they didn't know they held in their chest. Had it covered his left eye. Naruto opened his eyes as he saw the katana sinking to the hilt in the floor and away from him by several inches. He smirked an evil smirk. It seems that this sword loves me. I'll call it Kurakiri Yuzu. Satsuki frowned before she lashed out at him, holding him by the collar, shaking him violently, and she had some canines instead of teeth for some reason. How dare you do something this suicidal? Didn't you think of Kakashi-sensei, Oba-san, Kachan, Itachi-nai, Shisui-nai, and Hokage-sama? Didn't you? Naruto simply nodded. Then he picked the sword up, sheathing it before he said, I guess that one day I might reforge it to an Adachi, ain't that right, my black whirlpool cutter? Satsuki raised an eyebrow while Kakashi sighed. I think he agrees. Fortunately, I think I have some materials in my house so, Suki-chan, what will you name it? Satsuki puffed her cheeks up before she answered. The grass-cutting Chikudo, Kusanagi. Kakashi's eyes smiled at the two names. So, tell me young man, how much will it cost me? The clerk woke up from his shock. For nothing, Haddock-san. I'll give them for free. Kurakiryu had killed all those who wielded it and the Kusanagi was left here for a long time. Kakashi sighed as he looked at him with his bored expression. If you change your mind, please tell me, alright. Also, do you have a trench knife that's a bit long? Kind of a combination between a trench knife, chakra blade like a certain chain smoker, and a tanto. I have two made from Yuzu's metal. Kakashi's eyes smiled before he asked, are they cursed too? The clerk nodded, much to the dismay of the three clients. Sunday came blissful to the two genins. The whole week Kakashi drove them to near exhaustion. Each and every day, he would teach them something useful. At least Naruto however grew up the most. While he was still short, his strength increased tremendously. Kakashi was a true monster when it came to training. He doesn't know the word moderation one bit. One day they truly think they're going to die, the next he's too lenient. Naruto however was able to make him open up. He was so happy that he had his team. He had a gigantic crush on Satsuki and viewed her as his rival. The one he needed to surpass her even if he wasn't going on full throttle. Although she can nag him to death sometimes, he still liked her like no other. She was the only person whom he knows for a fact that can be his equal someday. The one person that has trust in him more than anyone else. The one person who knows about everything related to his statues. Their parents were friends. Mikoto and Kushina can be like oil and water sometimes, and sometimes like bread and butter. Hi. Kakashi's eyes smiled as he watched his two students read a book about their affinities each. That book was made by the Hokage himself. It was published when he was young and was published in 7 volumes: Fire, Earth, Wind, Water, Lightning, Yin, and Yang. Kakashi had read each and every volume. He made his students exchange the book volumes and those were the last two. He wanted to make sure the tragedy of Team 7 ends as soon as possible. He knew that Satsuki had some hatred in her heart and that so does Naruto. But the only way to release it was to fight each other one day at full throttle. Little did he know how close that day was. If he knew. Naruto sighed as he watched Satsuki finishing her book. He shook his head in frustration. I use my Sharingan if you wanted to know. Also, wind is the hardest to control. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Did she just encourage him? You can read the fire volume if you want to. I actually finished the 5th part. The next parts will be the hardest even for you, Naruto. I never heard of anyone without the Typhoon release Kekkei Genkai mastering the wind element. Naruto grinned. Challenge accepted, Kakashi-sensei. Satsuki shook her head. Kami, he's so innocent and cute. She would never tell anyone that she loved him for long years, never. Kakashi's eyes smile at this. I know you can do it, Naruto. I hope you'll be a genius of hard work. Kami knows you are. Even your Kekkei Genkai demand hard work. Praise the Kami that your secret is known to only those who are the closest to you. Satsuki glanced at the boy she secretly loved. She knew that he could do it. Not today, tomorrow, or this month. But she knew he was driven by his ambition. She knew he was driven by his foolish love. How and when will she tell him and get it off her chest? Naruto's clothes proved that he is a true shinobi. His black mask, his goggles, his gloves, his boot, his Hapuri-style hit I-8, his black clothes, and the white fur collar. Tsuki's clothes may deceive anyone else. Her white kimono shirt and blue pants may lead anyone to make a mistake. A very deadly last mistake. At this, Naruto remembered how in 2 consecutive Saturdays, they beated the hell out of Team Guy. Flashback no. It has been 6 months since the graduation of Team Kakashi and Team Guy. Guy remembered exactly what his eternal rival said. Nidame flashback no. Hiruzen sighed as his last 2 senses entered. Guy had his trademark smile, while Kakashi had his trademark bored expression. Kakashi-kun, Guy-kun, report. Hiruzen was at the end of his patience. Guy reported first. Hokage-sama, Team 9 known from now on as Team Guy pass. They are a team of Taijutsu specialists and Bukijutsu specialists. However, I must tell you that Lee-kun has a problem because he'll only use Taijutsu and Bukijutsu. Hyuga-kun have a natural talent, although he limited himself to the Jaiken. Tenten-chan has a little problem that I am not able to do much. However, her talent is in Bukijutsu. About the personalities, Tenten-chan's idol is Tsunade-sama, Niji-kun is obsessed with fate, and Lee-kun rushes a lot with no thinking. Hiruzen nodded as he thanked Guy for doing his duty. Then he turned to Kakashi. Thank you Game-kun. Kakashi-kun, did they pass? Kakashi had the happiest smile he's ever given since a long time ago. Yes, Hokage-sama. They passed, and with flying scores too. Their teamwork is amazing. They even know each other with just 4 hours of training together. Naruto would be the best shinobi one day or another. Satsuki will become the best kunoichi one day. Their taijutsu is very solid. They cover each other's weaknesses completely. I don't want to know how strong they'll be if they learn the art of and try to be much stronger. I guess I'll try and figure something out. Also, I'm happy they will be my cute little genins for a good time. I hope they won't shy away from hard work, that's all. Their level is at least mid. I know that sounds crazy, but they are. Also, the fact they can use the Kage Bunshin will help a lot in their training. This is all I have to say. Hiruzen was just a little bit shocked. Chunin level. Straight out of the academy. Not even Minato was that strong. The only 2 people he knows for a fact that were like that at 11 years old were Senju Hashirama the Shodai Hokage and his rival Uchiha Madara. Ironically, Satsuki is a direct descendant of Madara. Naruto related to the 2 first Hokage by blood. The descendant of the Shodai's brother, the Nidame Hokage, Senju Tobirama. Kakashi-kun, those 2 may kill each other one day, you know that. Kakashi sighed and nodded. I know. I'll make sure they don't fight each other seriously. Just a friendly spar at most. But I think you know Hokage-sama better. I'll report later. Oh, and by the way, 6 out of 7, no D ranks. Hiruzen sighed at this. Of course Kakashi will find even C ranks boring. Of course. Until they can do it perfectly, Kakashi-kun. Just make sure they get along just fine. Hi, Hokage-sama. Hi, Kakashi. My eternal rival and best friend. How about we test our students' flames of youth? Kakashi turned toward his best friend and asked the one question that made his day much better. Huh? Sorry Guy, did you say something? I cringed and mentally cursed Kakashi's hip and cool attitude, much to the joy of Team 7. True, Naruto and Satsuki have nothing against Guy as a person and less so as a shinobi, however, that spandex was looking completely horrendous. Well, we accept. However, one of us will fight twice. I smiled as he gave his nice guy pose with his shining teeth. Naruto mentally asked himself how he did that ping. Well, Lee-kun, who do you choose? Lee smiled as he looked at Satsuki. Sorry Satsuki-san, but I want to see for myself the power of the Uchiha clan. Tsuki raised her shoulders as she activated her Sharingan. Okay. Let's see. I announced the beginning of the fight, which unfortunately for Lee who used the Amit Renge, front lotus, on air. Guy however grabbed Lee by the ankle just before he slammed the earth, and hard. Kakashi looked at Naruto. I knew this would be funny. Naruto all but exploded in a fit of laughter. Kami-sama. He's denser than me. Kurama shook his head at the Uchiha girl's evil way of fighting. The thing that wouldn't work on this brat. As Guy dispelled the Jinjutsu, Lee asked the question. Ninjutsu? Since when? Naruto chuckled as he answered. From the very beginning, as soon as you looked into Suki-chan's eyes you were already lost. Her brother is a Jinjutsu monster after all. Kami-sama was hilarious. I'm glad to be on her team. Kakashi sighed at this. However, it was very funny if he was honest. Okay. Naruto vs Tenten. Hajime. Tenten immediately unsealed a whip. Naruto's eyes twitched. What are you gonna do with this? Why whipping you into submission? Satsuki almost yelled profanities at this. However, she calmed herself up. Don't you dare and lose, Naru. Naruto nodded as Tenten immediately threw many weapons at Naruto who didn't even move. Each and every time she threw something, it just missed. Satsuki giggled softly. Naruto was a wind type. And he was a pretty good one. He was simply manipulating the wind with his chakra. Then Tenten engaged him with her whip. Naruto however appeared behind her, his katana unsheathed. Sleep. And he hit her with the dull side. Kakashi shook his head as he knew exactly how strong the boy was. Neji then looked at Guy who nodded. Naruto simply said as he gave his sword to Satsuki, much to the shock of Kakashi. Well, a very subtle shock. Naruto really trusts his teammate more than just his life. The Uzumakas and the Senjus never give their swords to anyone that's unworthy of their absolute trust. No ninjutsu. Just a jutsu, but nothing else. Fine by me. But you better surrender. Fighting a Hyuga with pure Taijutsu is a suicide. Fate already decided me as the winner. Fate? You should really be a fortune teller, not a shinobi. Naruto's sarcasm pushed Neji to attack ruthlessly. However, compared to Kakashi and Satsuki, it was very slow motion. For almost half an hour, Naruto simply dodged each and every strike as he mocked Neji relentlessly. This is the strongest clan of Konoha. Huh. Good for you that the best ones are nearly extinct. Strongest my ass. The most in numbers. Naruto almost hit Neji if it wasn't for shut up you clanless clown. Heki Kaiten, 8 trigrams rotation. A spiral made of pure chakra attacked Naruto and projected him backward. Satsuki was outraged as she yelled. Naruto wins. Neji cheated. Neji looked smugly at her as he answered. I didn't break any rule. This is the power of the Hyuga clan's Taijutsu. Hakirakuji Onshu, 8 trigrams 64 palms. Tsuki gripped Chikudo's hilt as Neji almost slaughtered her teammate. If it wasn't for Kakashi, Neji's head would have fallen to the ground. I win. He can't move. Naruto however raised up like it was nothing. Damn. You used your chakra, huh? Let me show you how to truly use your chakra in Taijutsu. No sooner than that, Neji took only 3 hits, a palm in his stomach, a kick in the ribs, and a spinning kick to his head. Hyuga Neji fell to the ground with a few broken bones. Sorry about using your help, Kurama. Heh. It's better than doing nothing. I think that Uchiha girl likes you a lot by the way. Kakashi sighed as Guy apologized to Naruto who was shocked at first, then told him that it was fine. Worry not, Guy-sensei. It's really nothing. Just don't give any of them a green spandex, please. Satsuki was glaring a hole toward the Hyuga prodigy. Neji, pray to Kami-sama that you'll survive my wrath if we ever spar. The week after, the Uchiha girl beat Neji blue, black, and red in a no-hold-barred spar. Hi. Naruto chuckled at the memory. Satsuki would never admit that she liked him a lot. And that she has a protective side toward him. While he didn't look at a gift horse's mouth, it kind of annoyed him how she sometimes acts like his mother. Which was not a good thing. Satsuki however had a very peaceful smile. While it was just a ghost of a smile, it was still a smile. She remembered how she cooked for Naruto and how he ate it all, despite the fact that it was extremely spicy. She remembered how his face lit up and literally spotted fire, and then he gulped a gallon of water as steam escaped his mouth and his head deflated. She remembered how Kakashi punished them and how he ended up sleeping outside. How she carried him home and kissed his cheek. How adorable he was. She remembered how he defended her from some bullies. How he told her that she has an incredible strength and power lying dormant inside her. She remembered how he was the only one who stood by her side when she pushed everyone else away from her. How he does hold off against her ticked her off, yet she held no true grudge as he told her his true reason, he never wanted her to look bad. She fell in love with her first friend. Fate does exist, she mused. How else would he stay by her side to this day? She also remembered how he told her everything about himself. How his father was the Yondaime. How the Kyuubi was innocent. How Kurama is a sentient and an extremely intelligent being, smarter than any human and with more experience than anyone else. She was enraged. She was livid how the village treated the kindest and the most innocent boy in her class like that. She was about to vow to destroy Konoha one day before he stopped her, saying that he doesn't blame his father and that the fox is much smarter than the villagers. She became cold and distant to almost everyone else. Shisui at least wasn't one of them and considered Naruto his brother in everything but blood. Naruto told her his true goal in life, to make everyone remember how his father wasn't as half badass as him. She told him everything. How Itachi saved her and her mother from the insanity that was her father. How she was still terrified how her clan fell to a single man. She told him that all she wants is to know the truth and kill whoever is responsible for that. She even told him about the curse of hatred. I swear that I will help you. I don't care if you'll be an angel or a devil, I'll follow you even to the bottom of hell itself. Just never leave me. Those words were the kindest and sincerest she ever heard from anyone in her short life. She became much more motivated since that day. He may have been very innocent and kind that day, but that innocence and kindness was her light. The light that chased all the darkness away. Now however, the raven-haired and the blonde-haired were waiting for Kakashi to tell them anything. Well, since today we have an exceptional day off, why don't you two go to the academy? The classroom to wait is still the same. Naruto and Satsuki nodded as they went down. Kakashi's eyes smile at this. Sensei, your son has chosen very wisely. If the one he loves does grow up like your friend did, he'll be the luckiest man by then. Naruto and Satsuki went to Kushina's house, which was the closest to the academy. Not that Makoto's house was a few yards further. As they both ate their breakfast, Naruto cringed as he remembered their classmates. Satsuki-chan, please, I beg you, don't kill or hurt anyone that badmans me. Satsuki sighed in annoyance. She puffed her cheeks, pouted, and frowned before she nodded. Thank you. By the way, Suki-chan, your eye color is different from every Uchiha I know. That's a bad thing. No. I mean they are black, but with the faintest tint of blue. I would say that they are the most beautiful eyes I have ever seen, but your Sharingan is also intimidating I must admit. Little did Naruto know that he just said the best compliment to any Uchiha lady. The academy, everyone was shocked as Naruto and Satsuki sat beside each other. Naruto was reading a book, had his forehead protector on, but his goggles were above the Konoha insignia. Satsuki was looking at the window in a distant manner. Shikamaru was shocked to see his childhood friend again. Naruto? Aren't you on a mission or something? Naruto's simple eyes smiled like his sensei always does. Nah. A very rare day off. Nara simply went to sleep like he always does. Before he did, however, said two things. I hope you two have become stronger. I would have done the same if it wasn't so troublesome. Then Kiba came. He simply laughed at Naruto who then verbally stabbed him. Heh, the dead last have decided to see how we graduate. Even that Uchiha wasted her life away. Says the mutt that was stuck in a well for a year. Tsunade then came and was kind of shocked to see Naruto and Satsuki at the same table, yet they didn't glare at or insult each other. Aheo. Surprisingly, both replied at the same time. Aheo. Yo. Satsuki sweat dropped on this. Naruto is so lazy. I really need to talk to Kakashi sensei. Then one by one, the whole class was full. Haruno Sakura had almost insulted Naruto only for the blind to glare at her, which definitely terrified her, as a pair of blue slitted eyes glared into her soul to scream or else. Too bad there is no one who'll fit in our team. Sakura may have fine control, but I might kill her if she thinks of putting her hands on Naru. I guess we'll make a disaster one day. Satsuki started to call him Naru a few months after they became a team. He was the only person who ever got a nickname from her. Soon enough, Iruka entered the classroom. However, he was shocked to see the two who saved his life from Mizuki visit him. Iruka-sensei. Kami-sama, I miss seeing you around. Long time no see, Iruka-sensei. Before the Scarred says any word, Satsuki shook his hand while Naruto almost broke a few of his ribs thanks to his bear hug. Naruto, ouch. Stop. Sorry sensei. I'm so happy to see you again. Ichiraku ramen. Really? Is he going to hold the damn candle or what? Okay. Naruto, Satsuki, wait outside, please. Okie dokie, sensei man. See you around. Toji stopped munching, Shikamaru was paying full attention, Ino and Sakura stopped bickering, Akamaru stopped barking, Shino raised both eyebrows, and Hinata had a shocked expression. Then all hell broke loose as the whole class yelled, what the hell? Iruka looked at his two ex-students leave and saw all his impending to be ex-students and used his Oni Atama no demon head. Shut the hell up. Those two are true ninjas. Outside Naruto and Satsuki chuckled and giggled respectively as they heard the ruckus. It was the same thing as always. As Iruka finished his speech, he went outside. Naruto and Satsuki asked him about the clan heirs and how it would end, who are senseis and such. Theme 8 and 10 would definitely pass. Sakura may go to the hospital or teach at the academy or both. Naruto nodded to Iruka to continue. Suki however saw Yamino's grim face. She gave Naruto a look that made him understand. And to think that one of Konoha's strongest shinobis is clanless. Heh, guess I'll tell Jai-chan to upgrade the academy standard I guess. Satsuki sighed. She knew that there would be something that would make Iruka cringe. Such as a square rock that has holes. Normally, Naruto would chide Konohamaru in a big brotherly tone. She wasn't as sweet. She simply kicked the cardboard away from them, revealing the three children. If you have time stalking us, then you must have time to train. But Satsuki Nichan, we want you and Naruto Naichan to play ninja with us core. Naruto sighed at this. Saru, you have an uncle who's right. He can play ninja better than the two of us. We could have done so last year, but I'm afraid that I can't now. However, if you graduate before we make it, we'll help you out. But if that comes after, I don't know if I can take a team or not. I can back him up. Konohamaru was kind of angry at that. He almost shouted at them if Mogi and Yuden didn't cover his mouth. Naruto's eyes smiled at this. You guys will be a good team one day. Konohamaru, you need to chill sometimes. Mogi, Yuden, you two need to train sometimes. Book smart alone isn't enough. I hope to see you in the academy sometime. If I'm allowed to teach, that's it. Satsuki simply smiled a ghost of a smile as Naruto handled the situation like a true teacher. You're really good with children. Good for you. One day you'll really need it. Tsuki-chan, shall we catch Iruka-sensei? The almost stoic Uchiha nodded her head as the two went to Ichiraku. 2 months have passed. Kakashi's training regime was almost inhuman, but the two progressed more than fine. However, as they were finally resting after a week with no resting day, a courier hawk landed near them. Kakashi read the note before he palmed his face. Team Kakashi, Tanami no Kuni. Team 10 might face a serious problem if we don't. Tazuna's house. Uchiha Satsuki carried her unconscious teammate. She was simply livid at how he took many hits for her. Team 10 fortunately were quiet and so was Tazuna the bridge builder. Her sensei had passed out great. As they walked, she noticed how frail and innocent Naruto looked. He was still an inch shorter than her but still. She also noticed that if she was a civilian, she wouldn't be able to pick him up easily. She was kind of using her chakra to augment her physical strength. Speaking of strength, I swear that power he has terrifies me. At least my Sharingan matured. Yes. When she saw him slash diagonally by Zabuza her Sharingan matured. She remembered how it happened. Flashback no. Satsuki was scared by the mist. She activated her Sharingan to no avail. While she has 2 Tomo on each eye, that accursed mist did its job perfectly. Her danger senses screamed at her to jump back. However it was too late. Not you. Zabuza smirked as he tried to slash her. However, he slashed a masked boy. Satsuki yelled in absolute horror. Naru. The boy fell backward for a second. She saw everything even slower. As she was about to jump at the Nukenin in a fit of rage, an orange chakra cloak with 2 tails shrouded him. Then all hell broke loose. Rawr. The boy she saw as her truest of friends punched the Nukenin with enough force to generate a shockwave that dissipated the mist. The now feral Uzumaki unleashed a barrage of strikes at Zabuza, who almost lost a few chunks of his flesh. Until he jumped backward and his hand blurred through hand seals. No, water dragon missile. 2 voices said at the same time as her sensei copied and used the same. Zabuza sped again, only this time he was slower. Kakashi said a scant second before him. Suiton, Daibakufu no Jutsu. Great explosion. The Daibakufu was easily an air rank. A gigantic tornado of water sped horizontally and swept the Mamachi away while crushing him against a tree. Naruto and Kakashi blurred toward him as the two embodied themselves in the Nukenin's neck. An onion, Hunter Nin, appeared. Sorry for this. I was hunting him for months. Thank you for your help. Naruto glared at him with 2 blood-red eyes. However, his cloak finally dissipated. Then he went toward Satsuki and gave her one of his rare true smiles. I'm happy you're alright. He then fell only for the Uchiha girl to catch him. Kakashi meanwhile watched as the Hunter Nin took Zabuza's body away before he fell forward only for Asuma to catch his friend. Sheesh. Tazuna, I hope your house is close. Hi. Fortunately, Team 10 never asked her about Naruto's power. She was glad they didn't. Asuma probably knew. Ino was intimidated by her silent odor. Shikamaru was lazy. Choji probably didn't care. As she gently laid Naruto on the couch, Uzumaki grabbed her waist in his sleep. She blushed at this before she stayed near him. Soon, a woman that had a striking resemblance to her, only 2 inches taller, arrived and greeted them warmly. Hey, Ninja-san. Thank you for protecting my father. Welcome to our humble house. How can I ever repay you? You're welcome. It was our duty. What's your name? I'm Satsuki. Alright. I'm Tsunami. Can I help you, Satsuki-san, with something? Yes, thank you for your kind offer. Could you please help me patch him up? He's my teammate and friend Naruto. I'm not a doctor, but I think he's alright. He healed already? Okay. So, can you please tell me about Nami no Kuni? Asuma was outside smoking a cigarette as Ino was still rethinking about Naruto. Specifically that power that no human can possibly have. Asuma-sensei, who is Uzumaki Naruto? Asuma smiled kindly at this. A true hero even if he doesn't know it. Ino did all but yelled, "No way. Why does almost the whole village hate him?" Asuma took another drag from his cigarette as he sighed in annoyance before answering cryptically, "Humans can be the best creatures ever." Shikamaru and Choji listened before they shook their heads and went to check up on Kakashi. Zabuza meanwhile awoke as he looked at Haku with a sad expression. "Haku, no matter what, if things get rocky next time get your ass away as fast as you can. That boy is as bad as Yagura." Haku was shocked by this. The Yagura that even Zabuza and Kisame fight individually and lose. No way. Zabuza-san, you gotta be kidding me. Zabuza would have rolled his eyes or shook his head. "I'm not. His punch would have broken my bones hadn't I used the Kubikirabacho as a shield. He must be with the cooperative Bijuu. I'm guessing the worst, the Kyuubi. That Bijuu is the most powerful of them all. If he is anything like Kushina, fighting him would be suicidal. Damn that troll to hell. The contract is now null and void." Haku smiled at this. Zabuza raised an eyebrow. "Something funny?" "I'm thinking the same, Zabuza-san. You want me to seek them?" Zabuza nodded as he told him to deliver a letter that he told him the contents. At night, Naruto opened his eyes to see that Satsuki was sleeping with him on her lap and his arms around her. He blushed profusely under his mask and let her go. Soon the brunette woke up. "Naruto, you're okay?" "Yeah. Sorry about everything, Suki-chan." The Uchiha girl punched him lightly while softly muttering "Baka." Before she asked him like a mother scolding her child, "Why did you put yourself in harm's way for me? Why did you decide to do the most reckless thing?" "Atsuki-chan, you know why." It was the wrong answer as she bumped his head again. "Shut up. I'm the one who's supposed to protect you, not the other way around. I don't want to lose you back in Naru." Naruto sighed at this before he felt two soft pink lips crush against his. His eyes widened in shock as he just had his first kiss. "Don't be reckless like that. You must be the Hokage one day. I want you to surpass your father." Naruto smiled a true happy smile at his best friend. "I will. I just don't know how and when. Well, I hope soon enough." Soon, a voice came which clearly came to a 12-year-old girl. "So, care to explain?" Naruto raised an eyebrow. "No. Explain what?" The blonde girl smiled impishly. "How come you can use that or chakra mode?" Satsuki however activated her Sharingan. Ino gasped at this. However, the brunette's words terrified her. "If you want to die, then spread the secret." Naruto sighed as he shook his head. "Well, no one can do that. Sorry Ino, no offense, you're a good girl and all, but this secret is the second most guarded one in Konoha. As a shinobi, I don't know when or if to talk about it. You can say that it's a clan." Ino raised an eyebrow in shock before she asked, "The Uzumaki are a clan?" Satsuki palmed her face at this as she explained, "Yes. A clan then specialized in Fuinjutsu. They were also called Kings of the Seas for their unparalleled Suiton and Futon prowess. However, it shared the fate of the Senju clan." Naruto frowned grimly. He went to Uzushio last year. He saw how his clan fell after a very brutal and brave fight. He also saw how a few were able to run away. He knew that the barrier was a level 15 at least. He knew that there's someone responsible other than Iwa, Kiri, and Kumo. Whoever he was, if he was alive, he'd pay with his blood a very horrible and horrifying death. "My clan is down to only me and Kasan. I hope to meet one or two of my clans by luck, but I know it's near impossible. Tsunade Abasan, I will find you." Satsuki looked at her best friend's painful expression behind the mask. She wanted to comfort him, yet she knew she couldn't. Ino nodded sadly. Naruto was a prankster from hell that almost all of the Konoha clans and civilians got pranked by him with no proof so far. But he was also a good boy. "I'm sorry to hear this, Naruto. Just talk to Kasan sometimes. She's a good therapist and an amazing psychologist." "Will do." On Hagakure, earlier that day, two women were chatting as they both felt their hearts ache in the worst possible way. "Kushina-chan, Makoto-chan, did you feel that? That was way too synchronized." "You too? Does this mean that Suki-chan Naru-chan is in grave danger?" However, for some reason, before they change into their gears and rush to Nami no Kuni like some unstoppable runaway diesel train, they both felt much better. Like everything was completely fine. Like they were relieved from the heaviest of burdens. A few hours later, both women had the urge to smile. The next day, Nami no Naruto was doing a lot of physical training as Satsuki was simply resting under the shade of a tree. That boy was always so energetic. Like a shark on steroids for lack of better words. Their musings however stopped as a beautiful raven-haired girl, boy, believe it or not, arrived at them. She had fair skin, a black choker, and a pink kimono. "Hello. Are you two of Kakashi-san's students?" Naruto raised an eyebrow at this. "And what if we are?" The girl raised her arms in a defensive manner. Easy, easy. I'm friendly, alright. I'm nothing but a messenger. Now please believe me. Oh, and I'm a boy. Satsuki and Naruto nodded as they had a very different reaction mentally. Unknowingly to each other, they thought the same thing. No way. He's this eliminated. Okay. I'm Naruto. This raven-haired beauty is Satsuki-chan. But don't even think about it. What's your name, young man? Haku. So, you two are Kakashi-san's students. Naruto nodded. Haku simply gave him a letter before he added with a sincere smile. I really hope to be your friend soon enough. Kakashi woke up sweating and almost swearing. He checked his surroundings with his eye. Not finding a threat, he finally relaxed in his bed. Soon, Naruto and Satsuki came in. He raised an eyebrow before they handed him the letter with Naruto saying that it's for him. He read it before he smiled behind his mask. Dear monkey. I figured that Gato might try and kill me. If I were you I'd kill that fat asshole. Do so, pay me, and I promise in my honor, as an ex-Kirin, to repay you. I know some interesting things that maybe your green village would love to have, such as shinobis. Take care of those two and make them into two splendid shinobis. P.S. Fuck you Haddock. Kakashi laughed as he didn't expect that ending on Zabuza's part. So he gave his orders to his geniuses. So, my cute little genin, how about I go, hunt a troll, get into his mind, and make a tidal wave. Naruto rubbed the back of his head as he tilted it. Satsuki, however, smirked. Maybe we can have fun, Naru. I think I can use that henge if you want to. Or I'll wait for you to use the transform and seal tactic. Naruto smirked at this. Sealing an evil bastard troll. This would be more than fun. Later that night, Naruto sent a cage bunshin which used the henge to transform into a bug. The clone flew around until he found Gato. All he did was to draw a sealing paper, seal the snoring troll within it, and flew back away like it did nothing after the henge. As it arrived where Naruto and Satsuki were, it undid its henge, gave the scroll to Naruto, then disappeared into a plume of smoke, sending its memories to its original. HN, you can be very useful whenever you want to, Naru. Naruto gave his teammate a dry look before he shook his head. Thanks. At least I earned my place in the team. Let's hope to make it soon enough. Fuck being a genin or A missions like those are the ones I signed in for. Satsuki smirked at this. She couldn't dream for any better teammate. While she was more of the brain, Naruto was that terrifying brute force that can bulldoze through anything. You know we make a good team. A shame that we have only sensei. Quality is better than quantity. How many shinobi does it take to destroy Iwa's battalions? A few I guess. Your father and my father, Kakashi sensei, Guy sensei, I guess. I mean quality triumphs over quantity at a certain level. HN, coming from the one-man army. One-man army or not, I can always kick your ass, Suki-chan. You're on it. And soon the two sparred for hours until Satsuki finally won by mounting the Uzumaki. Didn't you say you're going to kick my ass? Naruto had a mischievous smile before he turned her around and mounted her. I'd rather turn it into a percussion drum. The two then laughed. Well, Satsuki chuckled at the joke. She knew he didn't get what he just said. Ino was stunned how Satsuki knew how to get into someone's mind. While not quite as good as her genjutsu was so good that the victim would lose upon looking into her eyes. Damn. Satsuki, you are scary when you want to. HN, I'll try. Ino, could you be a kind girl and peek into this troll's mind? Ino nodded as she made the songs for her Shintention no. As her body went limp, Suki waited with a paper and a pen. As her comrade's eyes opened, she told her many things she wanted to know. I think that his forces might try to attack the bridge. Meanwhile, at the bridge, Naruto had the fun of his life. He always wanted to use his katana against many opponents. With his cage bunshins and wind chakra, the thugs went to their death. They're gruesome, bloody, and not gentle at all deaths. This is it. You gotta be kidding me. I can't believe that I left nothing for Suki-chan. She's going to be so mad at me and might nag me to death. Tazuna, Shikamaru, and Choji were more than just shocked. The three thought in unison, what the hell is this guy? As if he knew what must have been in their mind, he smiled warmly at them. The good shinobi. Meanwhile, the Hadanami, Zabuza-san, all of Gato's thugs are dead. They were killed by that kid. Zabuza smiled in satisfaction as he looked at his long travel companion. And he gave him a look that was the closest to a father saying goodbye to his son. Splendid, Haku. Thank you for being the son I always wanted. Thank you for not leaving me whenever things went south. Thank you for taking care of me. I want you to do me one last favor. Go to that old man's house and ask them for my fee. I think it's time for me and kiss him to do that. Haku's eyes widened as they became wet. Zabuza was practically saying that their days would be over. I'm sorry about it, son. If I die, please take my Kubikirabachu from whoever wields it apart that puddle. Also, tell Kisum that I'm thanking him for being a good friend. Zabuza-san, stop being this pessimistic. I know that with you and Kisame-san and the ever-increasing rebel forces, Yagura's regime will fall. I'll wait for the Psycho and his group to come back here. I might stay here for a little while before going back home and reclaim what's ours." Zabuza had a very sad smile on his face. Haku was truly like a son. It was a shame that he'd let the group of young children away to a foreign village, but he couldn't risk their deaths in a war. No. It was his sins, not theirs. It was his path, not theirs. Kisame, I know you'll understand, my friend. Meanwhile, somewhere unknown. Children, I'm glad to know you. You changed my life and gave me a purpose. For this I thank you. Now go. I won't say goodbye, cause I wish to meet you again. If I won't, then I'll wait for you to die of old age, hopefully. The chorus of thank you, sensei rang through the ship's cabin, which was music to the tall person's ears. Naruto finally escorted Tazuna to his house. He was now absolutely bored. While he can use his cage buncheons to help build the bridge faster, he decided against it. He tried to teach the many orphans about chakra and how to use it. At least he would be a hero. Naru. What happened to you? Why are you covered in blood? Naruto gulped. Satsuki can be scary like his mother, if not terrifying sometimes. You see, I fought against Gato's men. I killed each and every one of them. You feel horrible? Naruto grinned at her. Nah. They were planning to do things that made my blood boil. I don't know why I feel much better now. Satsuki smiled at this. It was about damn time her best friend accepted that aspect of their lives. Now at least he did. Say, did you use that katana? Naruto nodded at this. Satsuki immediately deduced about Uzumaki's bloodthirst, the curse of the bloody-haired clan. Naruto nodded grimly. Satsuki then surprised him by putting a hand on his shoulder. Worry not, Naru. We both know that he was right about killing them. You trust you know who. Hey. He lived for a longer time than any of us. It's natural for me to trust his wisdom. Naruto's eyes smiled at her as she then dragged him toward Kakashi's room. As the two entered, their still weakened sensei raised an eyebrow. The Uchiha let go of her best friend's hand. Kakashi-sensei, Naru killed all of Gato's hands. Kakashi's eyes smile at this. Naruto however revealed his face as it was boring a guilty expression. Am I a monster? Satsuki bumped him lightly on his head. As he turned to her, she was shaking her head with disappointment. Sensei, could you please explain? Kakashi sighed. No, you are a shinobi. Better than you, and Tazuna-san. But Naruto, I know you are a kind soul which never kills unless there's no chance of redemption for them. Naruto, don't blame yourself. Naruto glared at him. Does it matter? I mean, I killed them myself. I mean, I'm a bad person. I felt better killing them. Kakashi sighed at this. No, you are not. You hesitated at killing Zabuza. You could have killed him and the fake Oinin. But why didn't you? Naruto smiled at this as Satsuki voiced her opinion. You feel that they had some good in their heart, didn't you, Naru? Naruto nodded. Change of subject, what will you do now? The plan to make the waves stand up had fallen down the drain. Maybe I'll train some kids into jutsu and chakra control. Satsuki laughed a bit. Naruto took a mental note how her laugh was melodic. He wondered if she was a good singer. What? You being called Naruto-sensei? Imagine me being called Satsuki-sensei. Naruto smiled at that. You'll do fine. You are a genius after all. Satsuki glared at him while pouting and puffing her cheeks. Oh Naru, seriously? You know that I work too hard. Naruto snorted. Please. I work 12 hours straight. You need at least 3 rests. At least I am not as dense as you. Kakashi looked as his students had their usual glaring match before both laughed. It became a routine for Team 7. Kakashi-sensei, should I carry you? Kakashi shook his head as he used 2 crutches to walk around. Downstairs. Tsunami, like I told you, this kid is definitely not normal one bit. Tsunami shook her head at her father's antics. He saved our country. He saved your life. Tazuna laughed at this before he replied. No. I mean, he inspired courage in the hearts of the next generation. He inspired courage in my workers' and friends' hearts. Also, his smile was very warm whenever he didn't do that. But he's kin to bipolar. A new voice soon came to their ears. Is bipolar. Tsunami's and Tazuna eyes widened for a second as Naruto entered, eyes milling, and Satsuki was smirking. Kid, how could your personality shift a 180 degrees so fast? Satsuki laughed softly at this as Naruto grew a tick mark. Hey. I'm a ninja. You hired a ninja for the job, not some brats. By the way, where is Team 10? Tsunami smiled softly. I guess they're training. They went with their sensei outside an hour ago. Satsuki nodded as soon a young boy identified as Inari came. I don't know why they try so hard. Gato is strong. Satsuki snorted as Naruto laughed loudly. At this scene Kakashi came. So, something funny? Naruto smirked at this. This kid is a true comedian. He said that a midget troll is strong. Inari soon slammed his hand on the table. I'm serious. You're going to die if you fight him. What do you know of suffering? Satsuki's glare immediately shutting him up. Naruto's eyes however put the fear itself in his soul. Tell me, did you get beaten near to death? Did anyone give you trauma? Did you starve? Did you watch your family getting murdered in cold blood with no discrimination? Did you see your most trusted person kill your own father? Did your father commit suicide, leaving you alone, huh? Did you get nothing but curses, glares, insult, and cold eyes from everyone, you and your mother, for being the fucking no? Then you have no fucking right to talk about pain, you little coward. You have your mother and grandpa. The village doesn't hate you. I've seen how the other children are. Your grandfather is a damn hero. Either you do or say something else or shut up. Life doesn't care about you, so face it and stand up for yourself. Naruto soon left, slamming the door behind him. Satsuki was now livid as she followed her teammate. Inari was more than shocked. How could that boy be this strong? Tazuna asked the question bluntly. Kakashi-san, to whom did all this happen? Kakashi sighed as he replied to and asked Tazuna at the end. Tazuna-san, Tsunami-san, Inari-kun, those happened to us. To our team. We might be unbelievably strong, but we are but humans. Tell me Tazuna-san, what made Inari-kun like this? Tazuna glanced at his grandson who nodded. As the old man told Kakashi the whole story, Kakashi nodded in understanding. I see. Inari-kun, try to move on. Naruto just wanted you to get out of his depression. He had a bad past, and so did I and Satsuki. Just, let's say that Naruto is considered a hero by very few people, despite the fact that he's the one who saved their lives each and every day. Inari's eyes widened at this. Kakashi continued. Look, don't hold anything inside you. But when you don't feel the same pain anymore, you should try and forget about it. I lost my father too, and at a very young age. My mother died at my own childbirth. Then I got a few precious people and lost most of them again. Now I have those too and a few friends. My advice to young ones is to cherish those you love and try to be nice to everyone and you'll see, okay? I believe you can do it. Inari nodded at this and smiled. Kakashi-sensei, about Geto, how will you do the deed? Kakashi simply I smiled. When the time is right. Maybe I'll pay someone his dues and leave Geto for you. By the way, most of his mercenaries are dead. Inari was shocked at the news. Who could have done something like this? And that kid is the one who killed them. He just doesn't like to talk about himself a lot I guess. Inari cried a few tears of joy as he knew that the nightmare was finally over. Tsunami and Tazuna thanked Kakashi and his students profusely. Meanwhile, Naruto and Satsuki were sparring full contact with no hold barred. The fight was brutal, merciless, and was much needed. In the end, it was yet another no contest only thanks to Naruto's massive endurance. Thank you, Suki-chan. Satsuki smirked at this. You're welcome Naru. So, now what? Naruto sighed. Did you know everything? Satsuki nodded. Naruto gave her that look. I guess we'll recuperate, pay Zabuza, or rather Kakashi-sensei pay Zabuza, get our dues, and give the village their money back. But since you're the one who knows the best, you'll have to do it. Naruto soon had a nasty lump on his head which had smoke just like Satsuki's clenched fist. Akinaru. You're coming with me. Naruto nodded at this. Hi. The two then did a kip up like always and sped to Geto's mansion. The rest of the mission was more of a vacation than mission. Naruto's cage bunchins were either helping build the bridge or were teaching the kids how to fight and use their chakras. Suki was helping him to teach the kids, well, her cage bunchins at least. A week had passed since their battle with Zabuza. The bridge was almost complete. However, a thick mist arrived. Kakashi and Team 7 were on their guard as a grave sound came from everywhere. Kakashi, do you have my money? Kakashi's eyes smile. Well, I have half of it. 20 million Ryo is enough. Zabuza smiled at this. Kisum finally appeared. Haddock-san, I think it's more than enough. Alright children, go to your new mentor. The mist dissipated revealing a tall blue-skinned man with shark features, a large bandaged sword on his back, but also revealed more. A red-haired girl, an orange-haired teen, a white-haired teen, a white-haired boy, and a black-haired effeminate teen. Parent, Juugo, Kamimuro, Sujetsu, and Haku respectively. Kakashi-san, please take care of those children. Adopt them into the Haddock or the Uzumaki clan. Kakashi's eyes widened. Did you know that there's an Uzumaki on my team? Zabuza laughed as he told him how Haku knew. I heard that Geto had disappeared. Who could possibly kidnap a man and seal him alive in a scroll? Kakashi palmed his face as he muttered. Oh great. What the hell did I think of doing? Sujetsu, however, smirked. So, can we call you Two-chan? Everyone's safe for Kakashi laughed as Naruto and Satsuki finally arrived. Naruto raised an eyebrow as he heard the whole thing. Sure. Kachan would be overjoyed. I mean having a single child left her kinda lonely. Kisum smirked. By the way, tell Kushina-sen I said hi and thank you for sparing my friend's life. Kid. Naruto nodded at this. He always dreamed of a big family. But first, so, who likes ramen? None of them had raised their hand and Karen asked. What's ramen? Naruto's eyes widened and Satsuki laughed at this. Kami-sama. They never tasted the best food ever. We'll need to do something, Kakashi-sensei. Oh, I know. Everyone, let's eat together. And soon he pulled a scroll which contained a lot of Ichiraku's special ramen. Well, he did give a bowl to each and every child he met at the wave. Issa made a bowl and surprisingly gave a bowl to Samahata. Then he gently nodded to the kid. You know, if me and Zabuza come to the leaf, maybe we'll eat this delicious food again. The children however ate their food silently enjoying it. Satsuki however kind of hates ramen unless there's some tomatoes in it. Fortunately, Naruto did just that. A chorus of tasty later. Jugo, Kamimuro, Haku, and Sujetsu remained silent until Naruto looked to Karen for a little too long. Karen was it. We have the same blood. Karen's eyes widened at this. How? Well, you see, I have a friend just right here. He always helps me. As Naruto put a hand in his stomach, Kisame explained about it. The children, amazingly, took it better than everyone else in Konoha. They even considered Naruto as a true hero for sacrificing his life more than anyone else for being sacrificed without his knowledge. By the time the bridge was finished, the newcomers had forgotten a thick bond as Team 7. Well, ironically called Team 7 became a 7 Genins group and Kakashi as their father figure. Also they swam a lot of times. That had to count. Naruto didn't truly like Team 10. But Shikamaru and Choji are his friends. Haku also told him and Satsuki that they'll be unbelievably strong. Stronger than anyone they knew. Zabuza and Kisame left with the money after the second strongest Kiri Nukenin apologized to Tazuna, who understood why Zabuza and Kisame needed a lot of cash. They wanted to get the old Kiri that used to embrace everyone back. Yugo and Kamimuro were the least to talk. Well, calm and quiet, the Kagaya still have some kindness buried. He wasn't Haku, who's one of the kindest souls you can meet, but still. Yugo also begged everyone to chain him whenever he asked them. Naruto told him that between him and Satsuki, there's only a few that can match them. Also, Kakashi jokingly called them Team Kekkei Genkai. Karen protested for a little while before Kakashi told her that they'll awaken it. Surprisingly, Naruto said nothing. Satsuki however knew that her best friend and teammate had a Kekkei Genkai. An elemental one like no other, the Mokuton. Kakashi knew his sensei's family's tree. He knew that Naruto's name was so it didn't draw much attention, just like his father who took his mother's maiden name, Namikaze. However, Naruto needed to train in his Kekkei Genkai. Kakashi knows that he may have surpassed his comrade Tenzo a while ago. Why hasn't Naruto used his Mokuton yet? He would after being a sage and becoming a. Kakashi watched as his team talked idly. So, Naruto, do you like animals? Naruto had a huge grin on his face behind his mask. Of course I do. Suki-chan, can I introduce him to Indari? Haku asked Uchiha about the name. The girl however shook her head no. Do you want him to die? I mean even I and Kakashi-sensei are not close. She stopped attacking us because of you. Naruto laughed sheepishly as Karen now asked. What is it? A dinosaur? Satsuki nodded as she explained. 3 years ago, Naru found an egg when he tried to use the Kuchius. I found a hawk called Garuda. Naruto took care of the egg for 2 months until it hatched. But what it hatched was freaking anyway. At only a year old, she became way too ferocious and she only doesn't attack Naruto. But Satsuki-chan, she was at a developing stage of his life. Poor Indari, she's left alone in the forest of death. Satsuki glared at him warningly. Don't say it. How come she forgot about me? I mean she's seen our faces first. I visited sometimes. Like each and every day. Satsuki sighed at this. Fine. But one day, you'll have to get her out before she kills someone. Naruto's eyes widened before he told them. I remember why. You didn't visit her for a very long time. Satsuki nodded at this. Now it made sense. Kakashi chose this moment to interfere. Well, she's a huge help I guess. By the way, why don't you summon her? Naruto however shook his head. What if she'll go berserk like always? This time, an old voice in his head replied. Why don't you try? Lucky reptilian bird gets to see the world. I'm sorry Kurama. I tried, Kami-sama knows. I hope you'll find the key. But my advice to you, fight me only when you become a sage. I recommend the toads, I hate them, true. But at least they're nice. Also, if your girlfriend gets the snake contract and that rabbit gets the slugs. Kurama. Suki-chan isn't my girlfriend. Hell, even if I ask her out, I doubt she'll say yes. Please Naruto. You two are doing everything a young couple would. Well, you two might fight each other at full power before so. The only way to beat her curse of hatred is by fighting at the fullest of power. If it comes to that, I have an amazing thing I thought about for a long time, yet Kushina and Mito were never like you. You wanted to know my name. You accepted me as a very wise being and finally, you're proud to be my partner. So, as soon as she replaces her eyes with her brother's or mother's, you two are going to fight so you can finally push each other. Naruto mentally nodded grimly. He then had a soft smile under his mask. Kurama, if I die, please promise me to take care of Suki-chan. As much as I hate Madara, I will just do it for you. The gigantic fox then went to sleep as Naruto came back to the outside world. I'll do it. He then put some of his blood as he did the hand seals. Fuchius no jutsu. And a huge plume of smoke appeared. A huge carnivorous dinosaur with surprisingly long and muscular, for a theropod, arms that had 3 fingers and a thumb each, a quill of feathers on her neck, a large body that would be about 17 meters long and was 2 stories high appeared and roared loudly. Naruto, what now? Naruto grinned. Hey Indari, I missed you. Meet my full team. Kagaya Kimimaro, Yuki Haku, Uzumaki Karen, Juugo, Hazoki Sagetsu, and finally, Ichihasuki-chan that we both know and love. And let's not forget our dear sensei, Hada Kakashi-sensei. Indamari left her right clawed hand. Yo. Hope he's not a handful. Satsuki muttered something. Kimimaro, Juugo, Karen, and Haku smiled. Sagetsu however was shocked before he asked. This is the Uzumaki clan summon. Man, that clan is so cool. Can I summon someone like you, Indamari-chan? Indamari growled at Sagetsu before she had a predatory grin. Nah. Only Naruto can summon me. The reason is that he took care of me as an egg, so, as a teen I have to be his friend. Everyone's eyes widened. Then a chorus of yells, minus Naruto, shouted loudly. You're a teen? Naruto laughed loudly as he shook his head. Nah. She's not a hatchling, but barely. Also, she's the second largest summon in about 2 or 3 years. Good thing I never told them about Misasui. That was a gigantic summon. Unfortunately, I can no longer summon her since last year. Indamari laughed as she told them that her species is just abnormal, kind of like Naruto. By the way, Naruto is abnormal like me. Unfortunately, I can't teach him Senjutsu. I guess Fukasaku-sama and Shima-sama would be thrilled. By the way, Satsuki-chan, I think I'll talk to Aoda and convince Manda-san how bad Orochimaru is. Nah. Sorry that I can't, but I think that Aoda would love to meet you one day. See you around. And she disappeared in a plume of smoke, leaving the whole team baffled until Suki asked Kakashi. Who are Aoda and Manda? Kakashi sighed as he replied. Manda is the boss summon of snakes. Aoda is probably his relative I guess. Anyway, summons vary, but you tell them whenever or not their terms are acceptable. Naruto sighed. Carnivorous summons are very troublesome. Indamari told me once that she eats and kills humans sometimes. Where do you think the bodies went? Satsuki smirked at this. Good to know that those lowlives did something good with their deaths. I would only summon a snake that's nice and doesn't demand human sacrifices though. Naruto unconsciously hugged her, proud to hear that. Suki-chan, would you please go on a date with me? Please. Satsuki sighed at this. I'm sorry Naru. I would love to go, but you know why I can't, yet at least. Naruto nodded as he understood a reason. However, if we're going as a team, please everyone take another table. Naruto's eyes widened at this. Was she really innocent like him and didn't know what date meant? No, innocence is not for me, but rather for you, Bakinaru. Naruto then laughed at her denial. She can be sweet sometimes. Meanwhile, Konohagakure, the tall, white-haired man knocked on Kushina's door. Hello, Jiraiya-san. The red-haired woman looked at him in a slight anger. Sorry about not visiting until now. Did you tell Naruto that I'm his godfather? No. Actually, he would slice you if I did. Jiraiya was kind of shocked at this. He knew Naruto and Satsuki being the best of friends, teammates, and possibly future husband and wife, but to hear that his godson fell to that curse. Just kidding. Seriously, why didn't you visit for years? Jiraiya sweated, but soon he cried in a very high-pitched voice Kai, as Mikoto kicked him in the balls. That was for leaving the kindest of souls for so long. Jiraiya winced out I'm sorry before Kushina and Mikoto helped him up to a chair. Mikoto then asked him a little favor. Jiraiya-sensei, could you please help my daughter unlock Mangekyo? Jiraiya's eyes widened as Kushina continued. Naruto is almost perfect. And the same Kyuubi that both me and Mito-sama held was not without a brain. We simply were foolish I admit. Naruto managed to befriend him, but he told him that only after he becomes a sage that he'll acknowledge him. And that, he has the body of a sage. Jiraiya's eyes widened in pure shock. To have the body of a sage meant that the risks of Senjutsu are practically zero. I'll see what I can do. When will he return from his mission? Kushina saw Pakin who came at her with a letter from Kakashi. I guess this week. As she gave Pakin a nicely cooked steak, the dog high-fived her in gratefulness as he ate his meal. The red-haired woman read the letter as her eyes widened. Mikoto-chan, Jiraiya-san, I think we must tell this to Hokage-san. Kakashi was talking with Asuma and Tazuna about many manly things that shall not be written. The two teams were now at the ocean swimming with Naruto almost always winning. Sagetsu would win sometimes, but Naruto would most of the time. How can you swim this well? Naruto simply shrugged his shoulders. The Uzumaki can swim like a fish or a marine reptile I guess. Sagetsu was surprisingly very close to Naruto. The two had many things in common, they guessed. Karen and Ino became friends. Haku was playing a game of shogi with Shikamaru. Satsuki was currently fishing. Kimimaro and Yuuga were sunbathing as Yuuga was talking to animals, like he always does. Naruto then looked at Sujetsu. Say, can you hold your breath or breath underwater? Which one? Sujetsu shrugged his shoulders. Both. I can do the same. I think I got an idea. How about we terrify the fishes towards Suki-chan's hook? Sujetsu shook his head as he seriously didn't have a death wish. A few hours later, Naruto was grinning like an idiot. He caught a lot of salmon with his cage buncheons. He loved salmon fillet more than anything that wasn't ramen or red bean soup. Seriously, Naru, you have the luck of the devil. Naruto nodded. While Satsuki caught a few fishes, Naruto caught a lot. Shikamaru and Choji were shaking their heads. How did any human do to catch fishes underwater? So, this is it, Shinobi-san? Tazuna asked in his newly completed bridge. Unfortunately, all good things always come to an end. We'll visit you sometimes. Asuma replied. Are you sure, Tazuna-san? I mean 100 million is a lot of money, Naruto asked in worry as Tazuna, who's recently appointed the mayor of Nami no Kuni, insisted on paying them 120 times a basic S rank fee. I'm sure, Naruto-kun. You helped build this bridge that shall be named in your honor. You inspired courage in the wave. You taught the next generation well along with Satsuki-chan. This is the least we can do. Tazuna-san, your hospitality and generosity knows no boundary, it seems. Kakashi complimented the old man, who rubbed the back of his head. No, I just wanted to apologize properly for the trouble I caused you. Besides, Gato's execution was a bonus. It is thanks to your soldiers that we got our fortune back, Tazuna said in gratitude. Naruto Naichin, Satsuki-nichan, please come back here sometimes. The whole children that were there, students yelled in unison, making Suki smile and Naruto kind of blush under his mask. We'll do it, I swear. Naruto did all but yelled at the almost top of his lungs. Sujetsu muttered something as Karen bumped him on his head. Shikamaru, Choji and Ino didn't understand what's so special about that blonde. Sure, he helped a lot on this mission if he wasn't the workhorse of the team, but still. Mendakus, troublesome, Naruto, couldn't you be more easygoing? Shikamaru said with a bored tone. Satsuki was tempted to use her ninja wire and channel a lot of voltage through it, but she shrugged it off. Says the lazy ass who didn't want to even swim. Naruto immediately threw back. Everyone laughed at this, even the stoic Kimimaro and the icy Haku. Wait a second. And Satsuki, although Naruto's ears were focused on his teammates' laugh. As they walked to Konoha, Asuma was pulled a bit by Shikamaru. Asuma-sensei, is it true that Naruto is the lazy Nara whispered. Asuma did all but palm his face as he saw the glare his student received from the now 8-man squad Team 7. He is not. He's a hero in my book. Should I ask you about your clan techniques? Asuma replied. Shikamaru, Choji and Ino nodded in understanding. Kakashi sighed happily. Team 10 kind of accepted Naruto. Satsuki however looked at Ino in a kind of a bad manner. Ino, if you say anything like that, I swear I'll kill you. Is that clear? Ino nodded nervously. Satsuki smiled at this as she continued. Well, at least we don't have a problem, do we? They said in a bit happier than usual tone. Naruto was a hero in her book. Why was everyone so stupid? Besides, she met the fox once. If he wasn't in a bad mood and you tried to reach for him, you can say that he's a decent being. So, we go and shop for some new clothes. Ino asked her friends. I dunno. I'd like to, but honestly, I don't really know, Karen replied. Karen, if you want to, I'll pay for it. I don't usually buy anything like that. Satsuki said in a cool tone. Naruto smiled at this. While Satsuki was a bit of a tomboy, well, a lot, she was also very feminine. If he was a pervert, he would say that she'll become one of the deadliest and most beautiful kunoichi. Although, if he was honest, he would say so yet innocently. He still didn't figure out what the word date even meant. Maybe he'll ask Kakashi in private. Say, Kakashi-sensei, you think we'll see Zabuza and kiss him again? Naruto was asked an unasked question by 5 children. I don't know. I mean, this is a small world. I hope to meet them in much friendlier terms, Kakashi said in a hopeful tone. Everyone in the almost official Team 7 nodded. Soon, Pakin came in a shunshin to Kakashi. Yo Kakashi. I got a message for you. Pakin said in a grumpy tone. Thank you, Pakin. So, when we get back, I'll treat you okay. Kakashi promised him. Before I go, who wants to touch my pad? It's soft. It's super soft and bouncy like basil leaves. Pakin asked, almost yelling at the end. Surprisingly, Naruto and Sujetsu just did that. Satsuki and Karen joined a bit later. Wow, it's soft for a dog's pad, Naruto thought. He's not lying. Karen thought. I think I know why I love animals, Sujetsu thought. Why am I doing this? Maybe it's not a bad idea. Satsuki thought. Yuuga would have done it and so was Haku. However, the latter chained his friend only to satisfy his repeated request. Komimaro looked at the tall young man. Juugo was simply a kind soul whenever he was in control. He really wished to help his friend somehow. He knows enough about the Uzumaki clan and wishes that they are his friend's salvation. Naruto, you think you can help Juugo? Komimaro asked in a worried tone. Naruto beamed at them. He would do anything for a true friend. I hope Kachan can do something permanently. I can do a temporary chakra seal that limits his chakra flow if only a little bit. I can redo his seal and maybe strengthen it, but just enough for a little bit. Unfortunately, one does not simply stop the power of nature, I guess, Naruto explained. While Kakashi was good in Fuinjutsu, Naruto was just a little bit better. Alright team, we'll have a little break. Stay alert. Naruto, do what you said. Kakashi ordered the whole team. Then he added, Asuma, if you and Team 10 want to return home, I won't blame you. Actually, thank you for being here until now. Alright. See you in that place, Kakashi. Team 10, let's go back home, Asuma said his goodbyes to his team before they went ahead. Naruto drew the kanjis in a mixture of ink and blood. As he finished, he blurred his hands through a long chain of hand seals before the kanjis went to Juugo and covered him. They lit for a few seconds before they disappeared. Satsuki's eyes narrowed at her friend's work. His ability with Fuinjutsu was just unnatural. He was kind of lazy sometimes, but as a shinobi, he may surpass her soon, sooner than she thought at least. She suspected that in a full-out spar, their biggest assets would nullify each other and they would die. The biggest problem is that both of them are too good for their own good. So, I suppose that all is set. Juugo, can you move? Naruto asked in a bit of worry. The larger boy shook his head no slightly before he was out of consciousness. Naruto simply carried the limp teen over his shoulder as he looked at Kakashi. Alright, I guess we must hurry up now, Team 7. Kakashi suggested. Soon, the team went through a heated race. On Hagakure, Asuma had just finished giving his report as Kakashi and Team 7 came through the window. The usually laid-back waved a lazy yo. As he jumped in followed by 7 children and teens, which did not surprise the Hokage. Kakashi-kun, I guess you'll have to introduce me to those fine young ones, Hiruzen said in what could be described as a kind tone. Well, Hokage-sama, here's the whole story, Kakashi said, looking at him to dismiss Team 10, which he did. Kakashi also told Asuma to meet him at a tavern later. Well, Hokage-sama, this is a long story. Naruto, Satsuki, you want to stay? Kakashi asked his 2 students who they needed. Since they are our teammates and I don't have the urge to kill, maim, or beat any of them to a pulp by now, I'll stay. Satsuki said in a kind of uncaring tone. Well, they're my family now, aren't they? Besides, I need to borrow your wisdom, Hokage Jaichin. Naruto said honestly. Hiruzen nodded, gave his Anbu a silent order to get out, then he activated the silencing seals. So, how about we get to know each other? Names, skills, hobbies, likes and dislikes, blood type, goals or dreams, a mental checkup, and a skill check. Hiruzen stated. He noted that Juugo finally woke up. Komimaro, where are we? Juugo asked warily. On Hagakure. Tower for now. Komimaro said in a kind tone. Please help me. Hokage-sama, I have a big problem. Could you please lock me up? Juugo asked in absolute fear and terror. Naruto asked his locked-up partner as the fox lazily woke up. Kurama, say, do you know his problem? Naruto asked in curiosity. He continuously collects natural energy without controlling it. If my guess is right, only an Uzumaki and a sage can help him out. The fox replied. How can I be a sage? Naruto asked in curiosity. Find the toad summoning contract, summon the elders, they'll tell you what to do. Oh, and if you do it, fight me a true fight. I'm bored to death. If you prove your worth, then I'll cooperate. But to do that, transfer the damn key into yourself. Kurama gave a half answer. Thank you, Kurama. Your wisdom is the biggest help I can possibly dream of. Naruto thanked his partner. Is that a joke? Jiji, is he the one? He's unlike any human I know. His negative emotions are very rare. Kurama was deep in thoughts before he yawned and went to sleep. Hokage Jaichin, I think I know a solution. Is Kachan a sage? Naruto asked in a loud voice. Unfortunately, no, Naruto-kun. But I know a sage who's just returned, Hiruzen replied sadly. Is he Hirosen no Jiraiya? Naruto asked in glee. Yes, Naruto-kun. He's back in the village and he heard of Juugo-kun's problem. Unfortunately, he's still an imperfect sage. But I know for a fact that you can do it. However, Senjutsu has a great risk, it can easily kill the user. Hiruzen informed the team. Before Naruto could even reply, Satsuki stopped him. Don't do it. I don't want to lose any close person, especially not you. Satsuki ordered in sorrow. Suki-chan, if I die, you'll get the best power-up in a check and dream of. You are strong. Just achieve your dream and don't be sad. Please, if I can't walk this bridge, then I'll kill myself. This is for a true friend, for Juugo, for Ku, and for you. Besides, I think I'll be able to finish that if I can. Naruto replied with a very warm smile. He was really happy that Satsuki cared for his life. Naru, promise me that you'll live, no matter what. Satsuki asked him while looking into his blue orbs. I swear I won't die before my ultimate time. Naruto swore to her. I swear this on my life, on the green forests, and on the whirling seas. He then added the Senju and Uzumaki oath. I swear on the fire that lit the darkness that I would always care for you, Uzumaki Naruto. Satsuki replied by the Uchiha's oath. Hiruzen and Kakashi were smiling at this. Ah, young, pure, and undying love was so sweet. The next day, while the 5 newcomers were on probation, Kamimuro's health was deteriorating. As they put Kagaya in the ICU ward, the doctor said grimly that only Tsunade or her apprentice can heal him. Sujetsu, Karen, Haku, and especially Juugo, who was locked up, were devastated. Kamimuro deserved much better. Naruto's fire was lit even more. Jiraiya was a pleasant guy if he wasn't so perverted. He decided to test Naruto yesterday. His test awakened the Mangekyo in Satsuki's eyes. But Naruto pulled it off and survived. Even though he met Fukasaku, he was still livid. Jiraiya was beaten to death's doors by Satsuki, Kushina, Fukasaku, and Naruto. Satsuki then told Naruto to master the Senjutsu for many reasons. For her at least. The young Uzumaki went with many sealing scrolls to the village gates, Jiraiya accompanying him. So, Iro-senin, how time flows in my Abakuzen? Naruto asked. Well, a week here is a month there. Judging from your abilities, it may take a month to a year, Jiraiya answered. He almost interrogated Kakashi yesterday and was shocked how fast the Uchiha and Uzumaki developed. Naruto had even improved the in both sizes and added wind release to it. But he remarked that it can destroy him as a shinobi if used recklessly. The Uchiha had a theory for an S rank that used lightning itself. But for it to be set, storm clouds are a must. Naruto's eyes widened. Satsuki might kill him if he can't do it fast enough. I think I must use Kage Bunshin training methods for this. Suki-chan might kill me if I won't hurry the hell up. Naruto exclaimed. So, is she your girlfriend? Jiraiya asked Naruto, who shook his head. Nah, she's a girl that I like more than any other friend I have. Naruto replied. Jiraiya blinked only for him to sigh. Naruto was a lot like Kakashi and Minato. Whatever makes you sleep better. Anyway, can you summon Fukasaku-sama? Jiraiya asked Naruto, who cut his thumb and sped through the hand seals. Yo. Naruto. Jai-chan said that you can learn Senjutsu if you want to. Gamakichi told Naruto, who beamed at his amphibian friend and gave him a snack. Thanks Kichi. Can you reverse summon me and this old pervert here? Naruto asked his friend a favor much to the chagrin of Jiraiya. 2 weeks later, on Hagakure, Naruto sat at Ichiraku Ramen. While he was at Myabakuzen, he did make a huge impression. Not only did he manage to master Sage Mode, but he also mastered some of Kurama's chakra. The catch was that he just can't use the full mode until Kurama recuperates from the strain of their fight. Why did you order me to pull your chakra? Why did you want me to fight me, Kurama? Naruto thought to himself. Usually, the fox would have made a comment. However, he was sleeping. However, he now felt a chakra that he loved a lot. Suki-chan. I missed you. Wait a second, what happened? Why are you wearing those glasses? Naruto warmly greeted his teammate before his greeting turned into worry. I trained with my eyes. I would have completely gone blind if I wasn't stopped by Naichin. How are you, Naru? Satsuki then asked her best friend. The boy however had a grim face. Why? First Juugo, then Kamimuro, and now you? Why does this keep on happening? I'll go and seek the best medic I can think of, Suki-chan. I'll apologize to Juugo, but your eyesight comes first, Naruto said monotonically. Satsuki knew better however. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Why would you do this? She asked him while raising an eyebrow. Let's say that you accepted me when almost everyone else refused me. That's all. Naruto beamed at her. Sheesh, thanks. I'll come with you. I mean, without me you'll probably die. She announced. Naruto laughed sheepishly as he nodded. However, a person who was once his sensei arrived. Hey. The man greeted me. Shisui Naichin. I take it that Kagami and Naori are alright. Naruto greeted me warmly. They are. Satsuki, I'm sorry, but I need to borrow your boyfriend. Shisui asked mischievously. We are not dating. Naruto and Satsuki said in unison. Yet. The three thought at the same time. As the two walked out of Satsuki's earshot, Shisui put Naruto in a small visual genjutsu. Naruto, Kurama-san, I need to tell you a secret that even Satsuki shouldn't hear yet. I mean until you two become one, you'll have to fight her one day. But that's the second reason. The reason is that someone stole my original eye. If he's who I think he is, Naruto, you must master that. But the problem is that you still have 2 years before trying. With your current body, sage or not, you might really die. Shisui said in the. So, Shisui Naichin, who's the suspect? Naruto asked. Shimura Danzo. Oh, and Satsuki's Mangekyo is just terrifying. I mean she has two abilities in each eye. This is truly abnormal. Shisui answered and informed me. I'll ask Kurama about it. So, what do you plan to do? Naruto asked. If I have to defend Konoha with my power and Itachi's brain, there's only two people I think would surpass us. My dear, and his dear Shisui said, smiling. Shisui Naichin, are you encouraging us? Naruto asked. No, I'm stating the truth. Let's talk about a plan to find a certain princess outside. Shisui replied truthfully before dispelling the genjutsu after his first sentence. Satsuki and Naruto had a happy smile as Shisui explained his plan. So, let me get this straight, we gamble against her, and if we're lucky, we win, and then our problem is over. Naruto asked Shisui, who nodded. Satsuki however was not very happy at the gambling part. Naru, don't you think that gambling is bad? Satsuki asked her best friend. Naruto however grinned at this. Only if you lose I guess. Besides, we kind of need that cash for something I think. Maybe to equip ourselves with better tools. Maybe to pay the bills. Maybe to amass power. Naruto kind of asked. Satsuki shrugged it off. Whatever makes you sleep better at night. So, we go to Ogen Konoha and talk. Satsuki asked Naruto, who nodded. I have a lot of stories to share. Naruto grinned at this. Satsuki had a soft smile as they were practically almost together. Whenever you see one of them, the other is usually within the vicinity. Ogen Konoha, the fancy restaurant, was the best place to keep a secret. That's because each and every table had a privacy seal. The Uzumaki and the Uchiha teammates were calmly eating a nice big meal as they talked about their abilities and how to reach the next level. Naruto told her that within a week or so, he can enter his Kurama mode, which would be a full transformation. She told him that she can be the only one to rival him. Then, Naruto changed the topic. Suki-chan, would you like anything for your birthday? Naruto asked in curiosity. Yes. That you break my damn curse. I know for a fact that only you can now. She replied coolly as she added mentally, then we can be dating. I truly want to call you Naru-kun, but I can't yet, dummy. Naruto was a very nice kid most of the time. He was polite, well-mannered most of the time, and had an amazing sense as a shinobi. He also managed to reach that stage through sheer hard work. However, if he knows how dark anyone's heart is, then all hell breaks loose. He was also the only one in their classroom not to show her any pity. Support, yes. Being loyal to her, yes. But pity, like everyone else, he didn't give her. When she was betrayed by her father, who was going to kill her, and her mother, Itachi was the one who saved them. Itachi was hailed as a hero, although he never wanted to. Guilt has destroyed the older Uchiha heir. But Satsuki knew that there's something that was very well hidden. When Naruto visited her in the hospital, broke through the window, she was shocked. He gave the Uchiha heiress his condolences and that he'll help her. He told her that he too had his clan annihilated, with only him and his mother as the last, and that he suspected there's some others. That gave her the drive to train like no other. In the end, the two became very close friends. Although they are also sometimes where they are like oil and water. Naruto and Satsuki also trained together for years whenever they had nothing else to do. Now however, it was time to go and seek a certain slug princess, unaware that Satsuki will get to dethrone a certain snake man who's neither a snake nor a man in the due time. As they went toward the gate, they met Jiraiya yet again. By now, the two knew that Naruto's father and Satsuki's mother were in the same team. Naruto asked the one question Jiraiya was waiting for. Jiraiya Jiji, how does that woman smell? Naruto asked calmly as Jiraiya pondered. Well, if memory serves right, I think it's a combination of sake, medical herbs, and a bit of ink, slug, and a pig, Jiraiya asked as Naruto cut his thumb, went through 5 hand seals, and summoned Indari. The dinosaur talked with Naruto in an unknown language as she nodded. Hoppin' guys. She can find her faster than anyone else. Naruto exclaimed to his squad as Suki and Jiraiya did what he asked them to. The huge then rushed through the land of fire. A day later, Hino Kuni, a gambling town's border. Indamari was hellishly fast and strong. Jiraiya knew that for a fact as they stopped a bit away from the town, as she knew that if she went in, it would be a very huge mess. She knew that humans can be terrified of her. Baki, since when did you have that contract? Jiraiya asked. About 3 years ago. She hatched from an egg I took care of, and Suki-chan was also the first person she saw. She considers us her parents. Naruto replied truthfully, while Satsuki had a very small faint blush. Okay. So, she's here, huh? Jiraiya asked rhetorically, as he added. Now then, let's search for her, Gaki, Gazette. Naruto and Satsuki resisted the urge to try many on the older man. Remember he was your father's mother's sensei. Remember he was your father's mother's sensei. Naruto and Satsuki chanted the mantra over and over. Soon enough, it was lunchtime. As Naruto, Jiraiya and Satsuki got into a restaurant, they found Tsunade. Jiraiya asked his old teammate, utterly surprised. Jiraiya? Tsunade asked in another surprise. Naruto smiled behind the mask. Satsuki had the ghost of a smile. Then, a black-haired lady came in with a Tsunade-sama, who Jiraiya-sama? The lady asked. The one and only. What's your name, young lady? Jiraiya asked, as Naruto and Satsuki were silent the whole time. I'm Shizun, Tsunade-sama's apprentice. Shizun presented herself politely. Shizun-nichan, can I ask you something? I'm Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto said in a kind of warm tone. Sure, ask anything, Naruto-kun. Shizun replied. How can I put it into words? Could you visit us sometimes? Naruto asked as he turned to Satsuki, who nodded her head. Tsunade shook her head no, as she explained. I can't do it, Gaki. That place took too much from me. Tsunade replied with a cold tone. Sorry lady. When my friend's life and my best friend's destiny depends on you, I can't take no as an answer. So, I heard you're in debt, Naruto said with utter determination. His eyes were much harder than any time else. So what if I have a huge debt, huh? You'll pay off a couple of billion ryo so I go on and heal your friends. Are you the son of a daimyo? Tsunade asked furiously. Ironic. His mother is the daughter of a daimyo. Jiraiya and Satsuki thought at the same time. Tsunade's furious gaze didn't avert from the blonde genin. Naruto's answer however shocked her to her very core. If I can't save my friends, then how the hell can I sleep? How am I supposed to be the Hokage one day, huh? You're on. I'll have to gamble for it. I'll fucking gamble for it. Naruto said with his eyes now ablaze. Satsuki was about to tell him not to do it, however, he looked at her. Tsuki-chan, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I just don't want to have any regrets. Tajuwu Kage Bunshin no Naruto apologized sincerely before he went outside and made 1,000 clones who dispersed through the city. A few hours later, each and every clone came back as they dispelled one by one. As the last one dispelled, Naruto was grinning like a fox. Told you I'll pay off your debt, didn't I? Naruto asked Tsunade who was shocked at this. This boy definitely has the devil's luck. What he's gonna do next? Marry a gorgeous woman. How did you do that? Tsunade asked in a pure shocked state. Seriously, who can win all that money? Luck. Let's say that I really have very good luck, borderline unbelievably good, Naruto replied, eyes milling. The journey back to Konoha was pleasant. Satsuki and Naruto got to meet two of the no. Tsunade was a pleasant person to talk to most of the time. Jiraiya wasn't that bad, once you get over the fact that he's a pervert with no equal, that's it. Shizun was a very nice person. Maybe Naruto and Satsuki's plan to hook someone with Kakashi will be accomplished. That's if the cute lady will stay, they mused. As they approached the gates, Tsunade sighed as she knew what awaited them. Baki, I will tell you this for the last time. I'm really grateful for paying off my debts. However, this place took too much from me. Something I hope neither of you will experience. However, I'll stay here for 2 weeks. Once everything is over, I'll go off again. Tsunade said in a tone that Naruto couldn't think of what it was. Alright. It's a shame, Tsunade-obasan. But I hope to meet you again. This world is too small for us to be separated forever. Naruto replied in a hopeful tone. Tsunade was a distant cousin from both his families. He understood that she had some scars from her past, something he shares with Satsuki and his team. He was hopeful to meet her again. Satsuki glanced at Naruto who shook his head. They knew what he was talking about. The last, official, Senju was in a great pain that she couldn't recover from, yet. By the way, Tsunade, you know that your cousin, Kushina, is alive and well. Maybe you should visit her, Jiraiya told the blonde woman. Naruto however was paler than a ghost. Hokage-chan. Don't tell her that I gambled. Naruto stuttered in absolute fear and terror. Satsuki was shocked by this. Fearless and brave Naruto was afraid of someone. Naruto, who withstood a lot of things only she can, was afraid. Naru, why are you afraid of Kushina-obasan? I mean she can't be that scary. Satsuki asked her friend who was a bit calmer. Trust me, she can put the fear itself even in Kamimuro's heart. And that guy doesn't know the meaning of fear, yet. Naruto replied nervously. His mother was kind, yet she was incredibly strict and can easily be terrifying most of the time. Everyone was silent at this. Tsunade shook her head how her cousin didn't change one bit. So that's why Naruto was polite, well-mannered, and humble. Anbu prison cell. Hugo was there for weeks. He was still in his half-psychotic self a few days ago. Apart from being fed and having his cell cleaned sometimes, he had no human contact. Kamimuro, why did you fall ill? Naruto, where are you? The orange-haired teen muttered to himself. A few minutes later, he felt his prison door's locks being released. Stay away from me. I don't want to kill you. Jugo yelled at the top of his lungs to the newcomer. Whoever he or she was, did all but ignored the teen's warning. Soon enough, he felt a paralyzing seal crawl all over him. Now, it was no ordinary seal, it was powered by the power of nature itself. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting, Jugo. I had some business to take care of. Now, Ka-san gave me the seal she designed and I think I can put it on you. Unfortunately, it will be a bit painful. However, I don't know any other way. I'll use the Senjutsu chakra to empower it, restricting your own Senjutsu chakra flow into a seal on your chakra reserve. Whenever you need to use it, you can activate it. I'll also play some mind influence blockers, stopping your raging days forever. Now then, Jugo, let's hope it won't backfire. Naruto finally made his appearance. He explained everything while gazing into his now completely docile friend. Jugo deserved better. The older teen did nothing but nodded with his eyes and tried to thank his friend if it wasn't for the seal. He however knew better than that. If their roles were reserved, he would have done the exact same thing. Naruto knew what was going through his friend's mind as he channeled his Senjutsu chakra into the ink and blood mixture. Fortunately, the sealing ink he had was quite special. The Uzumaki's clan's secret in sealing was that they channeled their chakra into the sealing ink. That increased their Fuinjutsu prowess to its fearsome limit. That, and putting seals on a mere contact. Their other secret was that they mixed their blood into their Fuinjutsu. Something a very few individuals knew and were able to replicate. Naruto knew how to do so, increasing the power of his sealing to its very limit. He had to train for hours to do so. Well, he wasn't Namikaze Minato, he was his closest relative in blood and in intellect. Well, for the shinobi part at least. Naruto also took notice of one particular S-rank Fuinjutsu that involved space-time, the Hiraishin. Naruto was completely focusing on the task at hand. He even put up a barrier so that everyone would leave him alone. His problem was that if he messed up even the slightest stroke of brush, then Jugo would die and who knows what would happen. Fuinjutsu was a terrifying art at the right hand. Senju Tobirama was a prime example, so was Namikaze Minato, Jiraiya, the Uzumaki clan. The sealing went for hours. Long agonizing hours for Naruto who, even though he was a prodigy in Fuinjutsu, like Satsuki was in Genjutsu, this was his ultimate test. This seal was the most complex one he ever did. While his mother was a level 9 Fuinjutsu master back when he was a baby, she had learned many things from her son's favorite books, Yuzushio's Fuinjutsu. Naruto remembered his first years. He was only 3 years old and he asked his mother about the books she always kept under the bed. At first, she was shocked at how he knew. Later however, she gave him a book that her husband wrote and hadn't published yet. Needless to say that her little Naru-chan absorbed the book's content like a black hole. He finally did it after 7 long hours. Finally, it was the time to test the seal's integrity and prowess. Shibari no Fuin, Kai. Paralyzing seal, release. He said, as he looked at a panting Jugo. So, Jugo, how do you feel? Naruto asked the older teen. It disappeared. That urge to kill, it completely disappeared. I can't believe it. Thank you Naruto. Thank you a million times. Jugo said in utter gratitude as he hugged and lifted the younger teen. After all those years, after all those nightmares, after all this guilt, he was finally free. Finally, his rampaging days are over. Finally, he'll never ever spill any innocent blood. Finally, his past was over. Finally. Jugo's eyes watered that day as the dam he was holding back finally bursted. After all those years that plagued his mind, he was cured. He owed Naruto a debt he may never pay back. As he put the younger teen down, Naruto's eyes smiled at him. Jugo, activate your transformation. Naruto ordered in a tone that didn't take no for an answer. But Naruto, what if Jugo started to worry until Naruto closed his eyes? Soon, an orange pigmentation around his eyes appeared. As the Uzumaki heir opened his eyes, they were amphibian in appearance. Don't worry. I won't let you do anything. Besides, I'm a perfect sage. Naruto said to the larger teen. Jugo was soon covered by an orange flame pattern. Then they covered his skin completely. His appearances changed a lot. Huh? I didn't lose it. Jugo asked in a pure shocked state as his skin turned back from grayish to his human tan, passing by a black and orange pattern. Naruto was grinning like a fox behind his mask. The seal did its intended purpose. Now come. We have a few hours before Kimimaro gets his operation, Naruto said in a happy and hopeful tone as Jugo nodded, smiling. Naruto then released the barrier and went to the Uzumaki household. Kishina's 2-story house used to be empty, now it is fuller than ever. Sujetsu, and Karen especially, were the most noticeable. Haku was a boy of a very few words, yet he was very polite and well-mannered. While Karen was the daughter she always wished for before Minato's death, Sujetsu reminded her a lot of her son. Sujetsu, Karen, Haku, dinner is served she said, as she then heard some knocks on the door. She then added. Don't let it get cold. As she went to open the door, she was surprised to see Satsuki, Naruto, and Jugo at her door's steps. Ah-chan, we're back home. Naruto said with an eye smile. Kishina was surprised at the sight of pure gratefulness in Jugo's eyes. Satsuki however greeted her politely. "Hey, Kushina Abasan. May I get in?" Satsuki asked the Uzumaki's clan head politely as she continued. "Well, Ka-chan and Nai-chan are in Nai-chan's house. I didn't want to sleep alone." "Kushina-sama, arigato. Thank you for helping me with my problem." Jugo exclaimed gratefully as Kushina nodded happily and told them to get in. "Himimro's operation will be tomorrow at dawn. Shizun-chan will do it," Kushina said as Naruto, who was about to eat, turned toward her with furious blue orbs. "How come that Tsunade Abasan won't do that? She promised to do it for me," Naruto said in an unbridled rage. He was never this livid. How come his own blood betrays him like that? "Listen Naruto, Tsunade-sen won't do it because she may cause his death. Shizun told me that with Tsunade-sen's help and treatment, Kimimro's operation will be at 100% success rate instead of 80% previously. All she will do tomorrow is to remove a part of his flesh that would cause him cancer and gangrene," Kushina told her son, who calmed down. Jugo however asked for one favor. "If Kimimro is compatible with my ability, I would like to help. I mean, I don't want to lose my first friend," Jugo said in a begging tone as Naruto and Satsuki were both shocked as they remembered their bond. The next day, the whole team of 7 was in the hospital. Jugo even transferred some of his flesh into a seal that Naruto gave to Shizun so she could help Kimimro in the operation. After 3 long hours, Shizun came out smiling warmly. "Your friend is alright. I did it and removed the infected flesh and lung tissue from his body. Jugo-kun, thank you for your help. With it, Kimimro-kun will survive. Satsuki-chan, your operation will be tomorrow at 10 in the morning. But be warned, I'll analyze you, Mikoto-sama and Itachi-san. Also, Tsunade-sama will personally check you up until you recover." Naruto nodded in gratitude to his big sister figure. As he watched Satsuki's doubtful eyes, he smiled at her. "Don't worry, Suki-chan, I will never let you away from me until you can see again. This is my promise of a lifetime just for you." The Uchiha heiress was shocked at this. Did Naruto loved her that much? She felt guiltier than ever. As promised, Naruto never left Satsuki. He was making a cage bunshin whenever nature called and even fed and drank her and was always guiding her to wherever she needed to go unless you got it. The Uchiha heiress fell more and more in darkness, yet at the love of a certain blonde Senju Namikaze Uzumaki teammate of hers that she cherished above everything else. She felt her heart ache whenever she thought of hurting him. Then Tsunade went back on her travels with Shizun and Taunton. Naruto was a bit down, but he remembered Suki having a power she always wished for. "Suki-chan," Naruto said as his eyes opened. He found himself in a hospital bed, bandaged like a mummy. He turned his eyes toward the digital clock to find that he was out of consciousness for almost 2 days. As he simply muttered, "July 25th. Suki-chan," he asked himself as he darted his eyes around to find the sleeping Uchiha heiress. Unconsciously, his eyes wetted themselves and his tears began to fall as the dam easily broke. He never felt this much guilt ever since the failed invasion. "Ami-sama, what have I done? Why did I accept her challenge?" Naruto thought as Kurama replied, "Because you swore to help her. Because you love each other and neither of you two stubborn fools wanted to admit it," Bijuu said wisely as he smirked. "Because you're too dense. Hey. I resent that. Thank you, Kurama, for helping me save her life. If it wasn't for you, one of us would have died." He nodded as he went to sleep. Naruto unhooked everything as he looked upward. "Kakashi-sensei, I'm grateful to you for watching my sorry ass for 2 days, but please, leave us, you need to rest," Naruto said in a serious, no-nonsense tone. "Well, Naruto, how do you feel now?" Kakashi asked his student, worried dripping from his words. "How is Suki-chan?" "I'm okay physically," Naruto replied and asked at the same time as his sensei sighed. "To be honest, she almost died," Kakashi said as Naruto was utterly consumed by guilt. Had it continued, "Don't blame yourself, you did what needed to be done. Please. Well, I'll go get a nap and I'll come back, okay? See you around, son." As Kakashi left, Naruto ripped his bandages and mask apart. As he staggered out of the bed and towards Suki, he noticed how he was frail and completely innocent in her sleep. He tucked her in as he said, unaware of her being aware. "Suki-chan, that day, you attacked me with the intent to kill. You said that you'll always love me, even if it wouldn't be mutual. That day, despite all your hits, it didn't hurt. The one who was in pain was Kawai, little Suki-chan," Naruto said in his saddest tone ever as his eyes were pouring rain. As he went to his bed, Satsuki cried herself to sleep. Thanks for watching my video and make sure to check out the author of this fanfic, link is in the description. See you next time, till then sayonara.